Hello everyone, this is Aaron Morris, the creator of FSAC, Flight Simulator Adventure Compiler. Today we're going to look at a video, a tutorial for the startup procedures on the Boeing 707. This is the the legendary Boeing 707 aircraft that was created by Captain Sim for Flight Simulator 9. As we go through this tutorial, we'll increase the transponder to go to the next step. So once we complete a particular step, we'll increase the transponder, and that will then show us the next step in the tutorial in the Flight Simulator text message box, this text message box up here. So we'll go ahead and start the tutorial off by increasing the transponder setting by 1. And you can see the message change. We'll go ahead and increase it again. And it's telling us if we're ready to begin the tutorial to increase the transponder setting to 3. And now we're on the first step of the tutorial, which is to verify that the battery is set to on. So we'll go ahead and go to the engineering panel and we'll turn on the battery. And you can probably hear the whine coming from the aircraft now. So we've completed that step. So we want to go ahead and bring up the transponder in this view and increase the transponder setting by 1 again. And you can see the step has changed. And the step now, step 2, is to connect to external power. So we'll go ahead and press Shift plus G, and that will then turn on, give us external power. You can see that the external power amber light is now on. And we can proceed on to the next step by increasing the transponder once more. And now we're on step 3, which is to turn on the ground service master switch. That's the switch up here. You can see that the power on bus indicator has lit. Right, so we'll go on to the next step, increase the transponder setting. And the next step is to turn on the beacon, which is located overhead. So we'll turn that on. Okay. And we'll increase the transponder setting again. And this step is to verify that the parking brake is set. So we can look at that right quick and see that it is set. And once again, increase the transponder setting. And this step is asking us to turn on the cabin lights, which are actually already on, and to also turn on the no smoking and seatbelt signs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this Boeing 707.
And that announcement will go on for just a little bit.
In the overhead compartments. In the interest of safety, heavy bags.
We'll go ahead and increase the transponder by 1 again. And you may have noticed that after I increased it to 7, it jumped to 0001. And that's actually something that the script is doing. It's actually taking us to the next stage in the tutorial. So once I increased it to 7, the script set the transponder setting to 1. And we'll increase the transponder by 1 again to go through the next few steps. And this step is to verify that the flaps are set to 0. So we can see that the flaps are set to the 0 location, which is on the Boeing 707. An indent of 0 is flaps 10. We'll go to the next step. Set the EPR bug to 1.86, and this is the EPR bug, which I'm moving right now. You really don't need this as far as starting the aircraft, but I kept it in the starter procedure since it is one of the steps in the manual. Okay. increase again the transponder by 1, which brings up the next step. Open left and right wing valve switches. So back to our engineering panel again, and we'll open those switches and increase transponder. Next step, open all 4 fuel pumps. And we can see that they're already set to the open position. Now we're ready to start. Once again, when I increase the transponder setting by 1 again, that triggered the script to go to the next stage, which then reset the transponder back to 0001 as we begin the startup sequence of the engines. So we go to our overhead, and I'll start engine 3 as indicated. Now the script is looking at the value of N1 on engine 3 at this point. And once that value of N1 exceeds 25%, the script will then know that engine 3 has started. And once it detects that engine 3 has started, it'll then tell us to start the next engine, which is engine 4. Okay. And the same thing for engine 4. The script is now looking at the N1 value for engine 4. And once it detects that N1 is over 25%, it will then realize that engine 4 has started and will tell us to go to engine 2. And it repeats for engine 2, looking for that setting of that value of 25% or more as an indication that the engine has started. And finally, engine 1. And now that engine 1 has started, the script realizes that all 4 engines have started. And we're back to using the transponder again to go through the steps. So we'll go to our forward view here and increase transponder by 1. And the step now is to set the generator circuit breaker switches to close. So there are 12 generator switches. We'll go ahead and set those to close, and you can see that the indicator lights for those switches are starting to extinguish. Okay, so we can go to the next step, increase the transponder setting. And this step is to disengage external power now that we have the engine started up. So we'll go ahead and turn that off and increase the transponder so we can go to the next step, which is to set ground service master switch to off. And the next step is to turn on turbo compressor number 2 and verify the pressure percent is in the green band, and also verify that the low oil pressure lamp extinguishes, which it has. So we can go to the next step, which is to do the same for compressor number 3. Okay, low oil pressure lamp extinguished. And you can see compressor number 3 is now also in the green band. So we can go on to the next step, which is for the left and right air conditioning unit, turn those switches, the on-off switches, to on. So we have those two. And now we see that there's a message that the tutorial has completed. And that's pretty much it. Of course, you can use the script. It's available on the FSAC site. If you want to add anything to the script, you can. If you want to change some of the values, for instance, if you want the script to wait until the starting engines reach a N1 value of 50%, you could do that. It can all be changed by you if you wish to do so. And that's it, a quick tutorial on starter procedures for the Captain Sim legendary Boeing 707 aircraft and a adventure script written using FSAC. Thank you for watching this video. I'll have more soon, so check back later. Bye-bye.